Guys, am I audible? So we will wait for another couple of minutes, then we'll start. You can mute yourself. I have given the option to unmute, but right now you can. All the participants can mute yourself. If any glitches, please chat in the box, chat box. So we are seeing the first unit where we started with the analysis of algorithm. So analysis of algorithm, we are seeing the complexities. What are the asymptotic notations? Okay, big O, all those things, omega, theta. Okay, so what is big O is nothing but I'll just give a quick crap on previous classes for 5 minutes. Then we'll start with the sorting, insertion sort. Why we are going for the, why we are seeing this type of sortings and all. We'll see. I'll give a quick 5 minutes glimpse on this. Okay, whatever we see in the previous class. I hope my audio is clear. Okay, so starting with the analysis of algorithm, as in the complexity, like big O notation, big theta, and big omega. Okay, so big O is nothing but the upper bound. Okay, upper bound where it takes the maximum amount of time to execute, or it may take like a maximum amount of time or maximum space. Okay, we are considering both the things, time as well as space, right? So that is what big O. Okay, like that we are seeing big omega. It's a lower bound where it takes minimum amount of time, and we have seen the big theta also. It's an average case. Okay, altogether for an average, how much it will take time. Okay, on an average they will take. This is the time. So if you want to notate in the average case, I will use what, big theta. Okay, to complementary to this big, we have little o also. Little. Okay, this little is meant for only little o, that is meant for upper bound and the lower bound. Okay, here I want to tell why there is a difference between big and little here. Okay, in case of big O, it is a tight upper bound. We used to say it's a tight upper bound. In case of big, okay, there may be some relaxation. Right? That we called as a little O, right? So little O nothing but loose bound, loose upper bound. Okay, there may be some relaxation that time. Okay, so anyway, whenever, even for placement or anything like in future, okay, if they ask about analysis of algorithm, you have to tell only these three only. This is very much important. Okay, apart from this, we have little O also. Just I want to tell because we have in our syllabus. Okay, little O. You don't much concentrate on the little O. Hereafter, wherever you come across the asymptotic notation, you won't come across little O. We don't speak about little O notation or little omega notation. We'll speak on only big O and big omega, right? So this is what. So here little O is, again I am repeating, little O is the loose bound, loose upper bound. Okay. Again, when you take little omega, it is again loose what? Lower bound. Little O is loose lower bound. So you can correlate with L. L means little L starting with L. So it is starting with loose L. Okay, you can in this way you can remember. Okay. So and we don't have little theta. Okay, it is, since it is average, we don't have any kind of little theta. Okay. Apart from this, worst case, average case, best case, we have seen amortized analysis also, where it is nothing but, for example, you are doing some similar operation. You are applying a particular operation, same operation on a particular algorithm. For example, you are going to take searching. You're going to search an element in an array. Okay, this is an operation. This operation is applied to the array for a sequence of uh, basis, like sequence in the sense some number of times I'm applying the same search operation on an algorithm. Here nothing but I'm telling it's an array. I'm going to search an array. Okay, for a particular period of time I am applying the search operation on a array. Okay, I'm taking this as an average. Okay, I'm taking this as an average. This is called amortized analysis. I hope you can understand. I'm clear on this. Okay. Yes. If you want, I can show the slide again. Go back to the slide. I'll show it back. It will be easy for you. Yeah. So this one, amortized running time complexity. Okay. Sorry. So it's defined by a sequence of operation. Sequence of operation. Here, sequence of operation is the same operation, similar operation. You are not doing any searching, add instead of searching. You are not doing any add operation or delete operation. Only you are applying the search operation. Okay. So size A. Here is a size A. A. Okay, for particular n size or particular A size and average over time. Okay. So for period of time you are doing this operation and you are making it an average. That we are called as an amortized runtime complexity. Okay, even we won't discuss much on this also. We will consider only this one: worst case, best case, average case. Okay, right. And next, coming to this, after completing this asymptotic notation, then we have this topic called analysis of iterative and recursive algorithm, right? So you know the difference between iterative and recursive. Okay, so this is what before getting to I'll include the slide. Okay, once I complete this, myself and Harish sir completes the first unit, we will update the slide, and once again I will make it to the Google Classroom. Okay, so no issues. So keep on, if anything is required, I will update, and finally once it is completed, I will update it again in the Google Classroom. Okay, so this is what little O and big O. So what I told, it's about loose bone, lower bone. Okay, so this is we are seeing constant time, linear time. I don't want to get much in that. So this is the difference. So we'll start with the analysis of iterative and recursive algorithm. Okay, both are based on control structures, right? So there's a difference. Pros and cons on iterative as well as recursive. When you take recursive, it may take more. It's a kind of burden to the compiler. It's kind of burden, a little bit hectic to the compiler. Okay, it's not so in case of iterative. Okay, so iterative is repetition structure. Like you can use while. Okay, do while, all these things. Even the same thing only you will going to use in the recursive, but in different way. Okay, recursive uses selection structure. Okay, so within the function, example, a recursive algorithm. Okay, the same function will call its own function, same function. That is called recursive. That you know, keep on calling same thing. Okay, when it will gets break, when it will come out of the loop, when until a certain condition is satisfied. Okay, the well-known example for recursive algorithm is Tower of Hanoi. All these things you have studied, right? As now, is it clear? Whether you are following my class, because I keep on speaking. Once you reply in the chat box, so I'll continue my class. So far it's understand, no? Can you give a quick reply on the chat box? That is easy for me because I keep on speaking. I'm on the slide analysis of iterative and recursive algorithm. I'm just speaking about the difference. Okay. Understanding. Okay, but thank you very much. I'll go ahead. Okay, enough. I'll go ahead. So these are the recursive examples, factorial, Fibonacci. These all have discussed by in the previous classes. Okay, binary search, linear search. Even the linear search also you have done in the previous semester. Even you have executed the C programming. Yeah, you are very well aware of about the searching algorithm. Okay. So next to start with, so why we are doing this algorithm, right? So at the end of this class, at the end of the first unit, we will analyze the certain algorithm like bubble sort algorithm, okay, insertion sort algorithm, selection sort algorithm. There are now number of algorithms are there. So I didn't put the slide over here. Instead, I will just I will open what are the bubble insertion selection. These are the sorting techniques. There are several sorting techniques which is proposed by the researchers. This is a long back it is done. Merge sort, this merge and quick. Okay, heap is there. Heap is not. Or there are several algorithms. These are different types of sorting techniques. Okay, where you're going to ascend the given elements or the existing elements in some fashion. Even what I will do, for example, after this class, I will generate the report. How will I generate? Once this report is generated, I will sort the email ID. Okay, because everyone has logged in through official email ID, so it is easy for me to track the attendance. So once I sort with the alphabet starting from ascending A to Z, it's easily sorts. Okay, it may use whatever may be the algorithm. Okay, so far our previous class we have discussed on bubble sort and selection sort. Every algorithm has its own pros and cons. Okay, here the pros and cons is nothing but we are going to analyze the algorithm here. What is the worst case of the what is the worst case of the bubble sort? What is the best case of the insertion sort? Okay, which one is the best? From the name itself, you can see quick sort. So it is better, but it takes some time. I mean, it will take more space when compared to others. When compared to other algorithm. Okay, you have a quick sort also. Most of them have seen the schooling also might seen this sorting techniques, just basics at least. Okay. So we are going to see how it works only, right? So I'm showing the slide on insertion sort. So here, insertion, from the name itself, you can tell what is insertion. You're going to insert a particular element in between two nodes, right? That is what insert. From name you can tell. How will you tell bubble? How can you tell bubble sort works? How the bubbles will come out? Bigger the bubble, it will come out, right? Keep on coming out. That is how the bubble sort works. Okay, like that selection, you are selecting the picking the which one is the highest element, which one is the lowest element. So based upon the working principle only, the name is given. There is a naming convention is there, right? So here insertion, from the name itself will tell what I am going to insert an element between the any two elements and between elements, right? So it is a very simple algorithm. It is a very simple algorithm in which the sorted array is built one element at a time. Okay, so very well known example of is the deck of cards. You are playing cards, right? We were playing cards. What you will do? They will throw some. We'll have some 10 cards or 13 cards. What you will do? You will pick each and every card one by one. You will take it. Okay. If 5 comes, you will have in the card in the hand. Then what you will do? You will take 7. Okay. You will place 7 after 5. Okay. Then you find a 6. What you will do? You place in between 5 and 7. Okay. That is what insertion here. Nothing is there. A simple real-time example. deck of cards while playing a bridge or something else. I'm telling about the playing cards. Okay, it may be like many real-time examples are there while playing bridge. Okay. So to save memory, most implementation of the insertion sort algorithm work. Okay, by moving the current data element past the already sorted values. That I will tell. So what is the difference here? When you are doing this algorithm, when you are applying, when you are doing like executing this algorithm, it may take, it may not, it will take more amount of memory. That is the disadvantage of the insertion sort. Okay, to avoid this, to avoid the memory things, okay, most of the implementation will work by just moving the sorted elements towards right. That I will tell now. I will tell in the next slide. Okay, so this line clarity will come after the once you know the working principle of the algorithm. Right now, right now don't bother about this. Usually, this insertion sort will take more amount of space, more amount of memory. And so far only 97 have joined. I don't know why other people have not joined. It's very serious. I told. See, we have to next level is I have to share your details to the mentors, right? So they will contact you. Sure, soon they will contact your parents. All these things will happen. It's going on. Even it's not reaching 100, like 120 also, 130 also. Our class range is 142. Okay, we'll see. So technique, what is the technique followed in insertion sort? Okay, so for example, we are going to what sort the elements using array only, right? The simple data structure is array. You can take any data structure, you can take linked list or something, whatever it is. The simple is array. Right? Array of values to be sorted. Okay, how we are going to do? Divide into two sets. I'm going to divide two given given array of elements into two sets. One is sorted, one is unsorted. Okay. One is sorted and the other is unsorted. Right? So this is a theoretical part. Okay. Once I will come to the algorithm, like actual, we'll take an real example for this. So once you clear with this slide, this slide will be understandable. It is theoretical. What is this text basis? Okay. Once you understand this, it will be will have a clear picture. Okay. So this is the given array. So this is the given array. What is the condition of the working principle of insertion sort? For any given array, we are going to have two sub-arrays. One is sorted array, one is unsorted array. Okay. So this is the initial condition. Okay. What is pass and all? What is this pass 3, pass nothing but number of step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay. It's a kind of step. What is the first step? Instead of step, you are using pass 1. Okay, ultimately at the end, what you will say, this algorithm takes 8 passes. This algorithm takes 9 passes. So in to represent this, we are using passes. So this is the given array. Let me take this array name as A here. Array name as A. So you know that it is A of 0, 39 is A of 0, and this is what? A of n minus 1. Okay, A of 0 to A of n minus 1, that you know. And initially what happens? We can think like this. Anyway, the first element what initially the first element will be in sorted format only, right? Very first, if you are given an array, it means that what? This first element will be in sorted order only. I cannot do anything in this. Okay. So I hope some color differentiation will be there. You can find out. So this is the sorted array will be in light blue, light gray, not blue, light gray. You can find here. Okay. This part is what thicker gray. Okay, this is unsorted one. Right side is unsorted, left side is sorted one. Right. So initially this is the step. Then what I'm going to do, I will take the A of 1. A of 1 is nothing but 39. 39 is compared with 9. If it is lesser, I will leave as it is. So this is the simplest algorithm. Insertion sort is the simplest algorithm among sorting techniques. Just what I am doing, 39 is compared, A of 1 is compared with A of 0. Okay. So if it is lesser as it is, then again in pos 2 what happens? In pos 2, 45 is compared with 39, right? That is what. So if it is lesser, okay, the current element, you can choose this as a current element. The current element. So if you want to write in C program, you want to write algorithm, what you will do, you can make a note. The comparing element can be current element. Like I can say A of K. So now I have used K here. Okay, let it be current. Okay, instead of C I use K. So A of K is nothing but the current element. What 45? What you are going to compare? You are going to compare with the A of what? Starting from A of 0. Okay, 40. See here. It's possible to erase once again. I will erase this thing. Okay, no, here eraser is disabled. Yes, now so. So here, so 45 is compared first with the A of 0. Okay, then and the A of K is compared with A of 0. Then again, I can make it this as the initial value as what? Some A here. Let it be. I'm considering this A of B is nothing but the initial element of the array. What I will do, A of K is compared with A of B. Okay, if A of B is lesser, okay, leave it as it is. Then what will I do? I will increment the A of B only. I will make it as what? A plus plus. Or I should not write here. I should not write in the index. Instead, what you will do, you can write in the for loop, right? You can increment the B value. You correlate yourself. Okay, I hope you can understand. So what I do, I have to. So this is B right now. Okay, it is lesser. Okay, leave it. Next one, right? I have 13. So what I will B plus plus. I will increment the value of B. Then I will compare A of K with B. Okay, yes, it is true. Leave it as it is. Then I will. Okay. Then what happens? At one stage, what happens? A of B becomes what? Here. Right? When I increment A of B, what happens? It will both A of K and A of B will point to the same current same element. So at that stage, I can leave it. Okay. So it's meeting. So I can come out of the loop. One guy is starting. Let me check it. Okay. Now can the others? Can you hear me, guys? Please repeat. So what I told initially B is incremented to B will be incremented. It becomes it points to 39. Then again B gets incremented. It will point to 45. Okay, both A of K and A of B will point to the same element. At that stage, I have to come out of the loop. Right? That is, it means that pass one over. It means that pass one or pass two, for example. Okay, like that. What happens? I am choosing the 63. For the 4 elements, all are in sorted order. Swapping here, just 63 is checked with 9, 39. See, we have to check from the first element. You should not check only the previous element, right? Okay, that you have to keep it in mind. You have to check from the starting element. This is the disadvantage. Please stop 100. I can able 100 annotation also. This will, yeah, I want to disable the annotation. So 16 is compared with the very first element. So like that scope goes on. Okay, fine. Then coming to the 18. Then come to 18. Pass 4 what happens? 18 is compared with 9. Okay, leave it. But it is better. What I have to do? I have to swap the elements. I have to swap the elements. 18 here. Then 39 comes here. Okay. Then again I have to check for the other thing. Okay. Once if I swap, what happens? Instead of swap, see, this is the point you have to note down. Instead of swapping, I told that what to avoid the memory space, to save the memory. What they did, they just shifted the elements. See, 39 to 39, 43, 45 degrees shifted to right. But others are can able to hear bar. Only one day is asking is lagging. Guys, guys, can you hear me, pa? Others, please reply, pa, because frequently if it's disturbance. What? To save the memory. To save the memory. Okay, what they're doing? Just shifting this 39, 45, 63 towards the right. See, you can find out. And the 81 is inserted here. Sorry, 18 is inserted in the position. Right? Then again, in the pass 5, what happens? 81 is taken. Okay, in the pass 5, 81 is compared with the other elements. Each every element will be compared. Okay, so 9 will compare. So what happens? It no need to swap anything. No need to do operation. Let it as it is. Like that, we will compare 108, 108 is happening. Pass 6. So at pass 6, this is the stage. At pass 6, this is stage. Then we will see the pass 7. What happens to the pass 7? In case of pass 7, what you are doing? You are comparing 55. Okay, you are taking the 55. That's meant A of K. Okay, should be compared with what? The elements. Okay. So what happened? It will be you are inserting at the right place. You are inserting at the right place. 54 is inserted at the right place. So once you inserting, what happens? You are just shifting these three elements towards the right. Okay, anyway, it incurs cost. Also, I need some temporarily I can't able to shift these three elements. Simply I cannot shift it. Okay, first I have to remove this 54. I have to take out the remove the 54 and store in the water. Temporary or intensity. Yeah, first of all, I store the temporary. Then I have to do this process. Then finally, I store the 54 in the exact location. So it incurs cost. That is the problem here. That is the problem in case of insertion sort, right? So like this, you are inserting 72. I don't want to get much into this. Still lagging. So this is how the pass 7 works. Okay, in pass 7, what you're doing?
Petra, Asuna.
Who is speaking? Ba. Then I have to participate. I have to unmute all those guys. Mute all. Okay. I have muted all. So pass 7. So at pass 7, each and every element will be moved, right? But at the final stage, what happens? At the final stage, at pass 9, all the elements are sorted. All the elements are sorted. So this array takes 9 passes. Okay. So coming back to the theory part, so that's what I told. The array of values to be sorted is divided into 2 sets. One is sorted values and is unsorted values. Okay. When will the algorithm stops? When will the algorithm stop? There is no elements in the unsorted set. That is what important. There is no other element in the unsorted set. The algorithm will stop there. Right. So I told what is this? If there are, suppose there are n elements, means what? With index 0 is in the sorted set only. Initially there is no what? Initially at the very first beginning stage, index 0 is in sorted fashion only. Okay. So this is what the algorithm tells. Next we'll see the complexity. Okay, this is what analysis of the insertion. So best case occurs when the array is already sorted. Okay. If it is already sorted, what happens? Already sorted in the sense means what? Every elements are sorted. Some elements are in sorted order. Then this algorithm will work in the best case nothing but it works in what? Linear time, based upon the linear time. So number of elements. Okay, if the number of elements is 10, okay, the running time is order of n. I think, but it takes 10 seconds. Okay, linear time I told. The running time depends upon the number of input. Linear time, it's linearly increases. So I shown the graph also. Okay, this is the linear time. Once again I'm drawing here. Okay, so if number of input increases, automatically the running time also gradually increasing towards it's going towards up. Okay, so this is what linear time, order of n. Okay, this is the best case. When is the best case? When elements are very sorted. Okay, so we always will look for only the worst case. Okay, for a given element, we cannot know it is in already sorted or unsorted. I don't know, right? Always will look for only worst case, that you have to keep in mind. When you ask for anything, like you have to tell about only the worst case, right? This what therefore the worst case is what? Quadratic time, running time. So I told order of n square. If the input element is 5, it takes 25 seconds. You think over in seconds. If the input size is 5 elements, it will take 25 seconds to execute the algorithm. That is the worst case. If it is 10 element, 100 seconds, like that, right? This is what quadratic. Even we have cubic also, cubic, logarithmic, log n, right? All those things you have. About the average case, even the average case, the insert sort algorithm will have to make at least k minus 1 to comparison. At least of the number of passes it has to complete. Okay. So it also nears to the quadratic time. We cannot say it comes between the worst case and the what best case. Meaning that it will take 5 seconds. It can be between the 5 second and the 100 second. It can be between the 5 second and the 100 second. So in case of the average case of the insertion sort, it nears the quadratic time. So finally we are telling that average case is also what? Quadratic running time. For the insertion sort, the average case is also nears the quadratic time, right? Oh, that's what the analysis of this insertion sort. Hope you have understand this. Can you reply the chat box? This is another type of sorting technique, right? So it uses the strategy of divide and conquer. Okay, divide and conquer. So all these strategies you will study in the design and analysis algorithm. Okay, this is the basic one. Data structure. You can say that data structure 1. This is data structure 1. You can have data structure 2. What actually in data structure 2 is nothing but we call it the design and analysis of algorithm. You look for strategies. What are the strategies followed by used for real-time application? Strategies used for real-time application. One of the strategy is divide and conquer. Okay, how this algorithm works is nothing. If I given array to you, what you do? You first divide the array. First you will divide it. Okay. Once you divide, you have two arrays. You will do operation on different arrays. This one will be going on separately. This array will be going on separately. Okay. Left array you will work separately. Right array you will work separately. Okay. Once you do something, once you do some apply the algorithm, then what you will do? Then you will combine the algorithm, combine the array. Okay. The left array will be sorted fashion, and right array will be sorted fashion. Okay. Then what you will do? You will combine. Okay. That is what is called divide, conquer, and combine. That's why this merge sort you say uses this paradigm. It's nothing but model kind of. This merge sort uses divide, conquer, and combine model, right? So divide means plotting the n elements. Okay. So for this is given. N is 8 elements, you can take n by 2. If it is odd number, 1 will be higher, that you know. Right? So what is conquer? Means sorting the two subware recursively using merge sort. Okay, and combine means merging the two sorted subarrays of size n by 2. Okay, that we'll see. Once if I show the example, it will be clear for you. So again, steps you will see. Once again, use merge sort. Also, I will show you. I'll come back here once we will see this example. Right. So sort the given array given below using merge sort. So this is the things given here. So we have 8 elements. For a simple, always take simple example. Okay. Don't get complicated. Why? See here, simple example, nothing but I have taken only what 8 even numbers. Okay, right? For simplicity, we will take it, so it will be understand for everyone. That's why. Okay, if they ask in the exam also, show the even numbers. Complexity or during that time you may get example. I'm telling. If you are not aware and unable to recall, okay, better to choose simplicity. So this is what divide and conquer fashion. Okay, so this is the given element, given array. Okay, you are dividing into n by 2. Right. Again, this is a left array. Again, what I'm doing? I'm dividing here. Okay, once I divide, I'll get left array and subarray and right subarray. Again, what I'm doing? So I keep on dividing. Okay, I keep on dividing. Fine tuning. Okay, you can say it's a fine tune. I'm dividing until an array consists of only one element. I'm keep on dividing until an array consists of one element. Then I will start what doing? I apply the conquer and combine method. So once I divided, then I apply conquer and combine method to find what? To form the sorted array. Right? That we will see. That's one we are going to see. Here it is easy for you. 39. Once I'll complete this slide, then we'll go to the next slide. So I have divided everything. I have divided every element now. Right? What I'm doing, I will compare this 9 and 39. 9 and I will compare. Okay. Then I'll compare what I'm doing. I'm forming an array again. And again reverse. Right? Top down, top to bottom. Now bottom to top. Okay. This is top level. Again, what I did up to I've divided into each array consists of only single element. Okay. Then I am coming up building the sorted array. Okay. 81 and 45 are sorted. 95 or sorted. Okay, that's fine. We'll look after this. We'll take this now. How this step has formed. Okay. Here what happens? 45. 45 is compared with 9. Okay, if it is lesser, read it as it is. Let it be as it is. 9. Okay. Then again, 45 is compared with 39. Okay, it is lesser. I'm placing the same value. I'm not doing any swapping. I'm not doing any swapping here. Okay. Then what happens? Then see, one more thing you have to note down. At this stage, all the array are in sorted fashion. That you have to see. Every stage, the array is in sorted fashion. It's 9, 39, 45, 81. It's good. All are in sorted fashion only. Okay. So once it is placed, it means that what can I do? If all the elements are placed in the given array, it means that they have only 2 elements, 9 and 39. I have retained as it is. I have retained as it is, no issues. Okay, so it gets completed. What can I do? I can stop the algorithm. Okay, there is no other element in the left subarray to compare. Okay, no other elements in the left this array to compare with the 45. What I will do? I will take as it is the 45, 81 and place it in the array. Here I won't do any operation. Why? Because this left subarray is completed. Okay, I know that there is no other element in the left subarray. Okay, I can place the remaining 45 and 81 as it is. It forms like this. Hope you can understand. The same way, 18. See, once I am doing 18 is compared with 27, right? Yes, it is. There is a conflict. Right as is left lesser. Okay, lesser. So what I'm doing? Swapping. Sorry, I'm not doing swapping here. Just I'm taking the 18 and placing it in the array. Okay, here we are not doing any swapping. Okay, then what happens? So it becomes empty now. Okay, I placed 18 here. Then 72. 72 is compared with 27. Right? So yes, it is lesser. I'm keeping this 27 here. Right? Then what happens? 72 is compared with 90. 90 compared with 90. What happens? It is less. When 72 is lesser, what I'm doing? 72 is placed in here. Okay, there's no. Now what happens? There is no elements in the right subarray. So if there is no other elements in the right subarray, what will I do? The remaining elements of the subarray. What is the remaining element? We have only 90. It can be more elements. In our case, in this pass, in this step, we have only one element. It can be more than that also. 90, 100, 102. It can be. Okay. So it means that there is no other elements in the right subarray. What will I do? I will copy the remaining elements in the left subarray and place it in the new array. Okay, so in this case we have only 90, so I'm just placing. Right, so this is what it works. Again, you are doing the same thing. Shall we want to repeat this, guys, so that we can go to the next slide? And guys, I'll quickly complete this step. Okay, I'll complete this step. Either it can be done in this way. What I'm doing, 9 is, I told that I've taken element from the right subarray. I can do this in this way also. I can take the first element of the left subarray. 9 is compared with 18. Okay, I will make this as this array name as A. Array name as A. This array name as B. Can make this array name as B. What will do? A of 0. A of 0 is nothing but 9. A of 0 is compared with B of 0. A little bit I'm going in the algorithm part. Okay, A of 0 is compared with B of 0. If it's lesser, what I'm doing, place the A of 0 in the new array. New array. That's all. 9 is placed. Okay, then what I'll do next, what I have to do. So this 9 is over. Okay. Then I can increment the increment the index. Previously, the current index is 0 of array A, right? So what I will do, I will increase the index of the increment the index of the A. Previously it was 0, now it will become A of 1. I'm writing here for a clarity. Now A of 1 is nothing but what? 39. Now A of 1 is compared with the B of 0. Okay, A of 1 is compared with the B of 0. What happens? It falls. It fails. It is greater. What I have to do? Swapping. Sorry, not swapping. I'll just take the element from the whichever is lesser element, and the element lesser element from any array. I will take it and place in the new array. That's what I did. I just copied. I hope I'm drawing the line properly. I hope you are understanding. Right. So A array index is incremented by 1, so it points to A of 1. So that's what we are doing. 939. 39 is compared with the B of 0, 18. Okay, if it is, so it is lesser. The first element is lesser. What I'm doing, just copying the 18 into the new new array. That's it. Now what I have to do? Anyone can tell me. What is the next step? What is the next step should I do? Anyone? What is the next step? Which should I increment? I have to increment the A array or B array. Yes, increment B. Very good. Now B should be incremented. That's all. Simple. Why? Because B is copied. B's 0th index is copied to the new position. That's only way. Then I will increment the B index. Okay. So it points to 27 now. So now it becomes what? B of 1. I will just we'll complete with this slide. Okay. Today we'll complete this slide. Right. So this is what. So B is pointing to this one. Now we'll compare. A of 1 is A of see here I'm telling 1 1. Instead you will use what? IJ, right? Index value is I for A array. Index value is J. Sorry, index identifier is J for B array. Okay, I am just naming it directly 1 0. Instead you will use what? Identifier. Now B of A of 1 is compared with B of 1. So what happens? Again it's lesser. Again it's lesser. What will I do? Just if it is lesser, I will just copy the 27 in the position. Okay, it comes over here. Now next what I will do? Again I have to increment which one? Can anyone reply? Either I have to increment in the A array or B array. Now B points to 72. Okay, so B is nothing but 2. B of 2. Again, I will compare A of 1 with B of 2. Right? For clarity, time is almost getting up. We will close this with this slide. Okay, next class we can continue. I'll just let me complete with this slide. Okay. Now what happens? 39 is compared with 72. 39 is compared with 72. Okay, again, yes, it is lesser. 39 is lesser. I'm just copying the 39 here. Okay. Now what I have to do? I have to increment A or B. If you reply, then it is clear. Yes. Now I have to increment A. Simple. Because I have copied the element from the A node. So I have to increment. So now the A index points to 45. That it goes on. Then every elements are copied. Right. So in this way we are doing this sorting. I hope you understand. So whatever I told in the previous slide, here they use identifier. That's all. Here they use identifier. Simple. What I told no beginning. That next class I will let me clear you. Okay, just a small intro for this. And just keeping the identifier name ij, last values index, sorry, end, beginning values big beg, right? What is the middle value? So anyhow I should compare, no? That is the reason they are using the identifier. Whatever I said in the previous slide, same thing, right? Same for odd numbers also same thing will happen. You can try it, no? See what I told here. I can take it instead of here. Same thing, bar. Nothing is there. Nothing. That's what I told for simplicity. If I do it odd numbers, then some bit difficult. That's why I am taking it as odd number. See here, I choose a 9 elements. So first array having 4. Okay, you can do this one. Sorry, I'll make it clear. For example, I'm having 2 here. Let me take. So now this 2 is the middle element. 2 is what? Mid. Right? If we are having 9 elements, in between 8, after 81 it's 2 is coming, then 18 is coming. Then I'm dividing, partitioning. Okay, then partitioning. First array consists of 5 elements. Second array consists of 4 elements. Altogether, I'll look as an array only. For simplicity, for understanding purpose only, we are partitioned. We are, so it's not meaning that we are not going to create for separating and putting this 5 elements in another array, creating a new array and placing the, and creating another new array for placing these elements. Not like that. For understanding purpose only, we are showing the slide. We are going to do the operation in the same array only. Okay, if required new array is required, we will create. Okay, that is the even that is the disadvantage of the merge sort. Okay, creating a new array is the disadvantage of the merge sort. We'll create a new array because you are copying, no, right? Now it is understood, guy, who are asked for odd number. So then we'll close the class. Guy who asked for odd number. I want the reply from that particular student. Please reply me. When you're having odd number, I have explained, I used 2 next to 81. I used 2 here. I didn't get reply from that particular student. Please reply me. Yes, okay, thank you. So now 2 becomes what? Mid, that's all. Everything is same. Okay. Okay, thank you. We'll close the class. Thank you all. Yeah, any doubt? Any doubt you can raise. You have another class at 9:45. No. Yeah, you can have some break also. That is good. And next class onwards, guys, those are joined later as to join on time. I will share the attendance now. Yeah. Welcome.